Hey folks, it's Mangrel. Welcome back to the channel. I'm going to attempt to take this BetaFPV Meteor65 Pro 04 Lite edition from the heavy, overweight beast that it is over to hopefully a lighter, better flying, and better performing quad. In my review video, link in the video description, I thought that this flew around decently. However, it could benefit from some weight-saving tricks to give you more nimbleness and also better flight times. In the stock configuration, this thing did weigh 28.59 grams, which is very heavy for a 65mm whip. So our goal here is to go through a series of different modifications to reduce that overall weight. Now let's start off with what I will call stage one, and stage one is simply a replacement canopy. So I have replaced that white hard canopy with a TPU 3D printed canopy. So we replaced all of that soft mounted jazz with this. I have also gone ahead and I've replaced the standard antenna with this Happymodel monopole. So all of this should make this lighter and hopefully better. I will give you links to all the parts, all the print files, everything will be linked in the video description. Stage one brings us down to 27.4 grams. Not bad, we're heading in the right direction. Now let's do a quick test flight with our stage one. This is our 3D printed canopy and our monopole antenna. So let's see, do we get any kind of weird behavior, any jello, any kind of shakes? Everything seems fine. I'm gonna try to just go as quickly as I can here. I don't want this to become a very, very long video because we're gonna go through multiple stages, but this does seem okay. Oh, I tapped something. Oh, I tapped something. Now, stage two was meant to be a very simple swap of the frame from this Meteor65 Pro frame over to a Air 65 frame. That was going to save us a gram. However, what I noticed was the duct openings on this frame is larger than the duct openings on the Air 65 frame, which means these propellers will not fit. And of course, we can't swap the propellers because these motors are only 19,500 kV, which means if we go with the smaller props from the Air 65, it's going to give us a poor performance. We'll have to switch over the motors and the props, and that starts to get expensive. So stage two ended up becoming a motor cable shortening, a connector removing, and also a heat shrink removing from here. I also did go ahead and I removed the connector from the flight controller for the 04 air unit, and they ended up direct soldering this over to the flight controller. Now stage two gets us down to 26.34 grams. So again, we've saved around 1 gram. Now that's kind of disappointing. It was a lot of work for 1 gram. Okay, let's go ahead and do a test flight with stage two. Everything seems to be working okay. We're probably not going to feel a 1 gram. Oh, actually that was pretty good punch out. So this thing does feel quite a bit more nimble. And I keep having to remind myself, yeah, we've saved roughly 2 grams with all the modifications, but that's what, 10% almost? So it's a lot of weight that we've ended up shaving off. I was really hoping to use the Air 65 frame. Oh, I crashed. Now, I was really hoping to use the Air 65 frame, but that did not work out. But we can see this modification and the canopy did not reduce the durability of this. Still continues to be quite durable. I had no idea what I touched. To make this video as complete as possible, I also did this, which I would consider to be a stage 3. I went down to 0702 27,000 kV motors, and I also went down to the Air 65 frame. But really at this point, we've swapped out every single part that came with the Meteor65 Pro 04 edition. So if you're going to do something like this, you're better off buying an Air 65 and switching out the flight controller to that new Matrix 1S flight controller, or just buy the parts individually and build something like this. Doing a weight check, this is really the lightest configuration I can think of. There's nothing else we can do to make this lighter. Perhaps we can go with the BetaFPV motors. That'll save us about 1 gram as well. But doing a weight check of this, we are now looking at 24.35. So from start to finish, we've saved about 4 grams. Okay, now we're going to do a test flight with the stage 3, which is the 0702 mortars, along with the Air 65 frame. And automatically, I'm hearing quite a lot more noise from the quad. So these props and this motor is a lot more screamy, so you can hear a lot more noise. And flying around, it doesn't really feel much better. It does feel a little bit more sensitive to flight. So any kind of input I'm doing, it feels a lot more sensitive. And definitely wants to go faster as well. Now looking at the amp draw, it's still drawing a good 5-6 amps. Oops. It's still drawing a good 5-6 amps. So I want to see how the actual flight time is. Because only a minute and 20 seconds in, and already the voltage of the battery is down to 3.5. Yeah, even with the 0702, already 2 minutes and 40 seconds in, I'm getting low battery. So yeah, I think we're getting a little tiny bit more flight time, but not as much as I thought we would get. Yep, time to head back. Yep, 3 minutes. Using all my brain juices, I did also come up with a couple of other ways to reduce a bit of weight. First one was to replace this battery pigtail. I ended up replacing it with just a normal connector and a thinner gauge cable. The stock connector comes with 22 gauge cable. I changed it over to 26 gauge, just given how little amperage we will pull. With that modification, we are now down to 26 grams flat. The next not so bright idea was to remove all the stickers from the O4 Lite air unit. So I've removed those H stickers, which are the water sensing stickers. I've removed the sticker over here, and I've also removed the sticker at the bottom. This will most definitely void whatever warranty we have on this. And that brings us down to 25.93, so 0.07 gram saving. Before filming this video, I actually thought I can very easily shave a good 5 grams off this quad. But to my surprise, trying to shave even 1 gram off was quite difficult. So all the modifications we've done, all the things that we've done here, we've saved 2.5 to maybe 3 grams. Now that doesn't sound like much, but for a quad that weighs 28 grams, that's roughly 10% of the weight being saved. And that's a lot. That's going to translate into better flight times, better flight performance, and also more durability because you are carrying less momentum when you crash into those walls. Yes, we can shave some more weight on this by spending a bunch of money. So we can get a actual nylon canopy from, say, Happymodel. We can get some peak screws for the motors. So there are a bunch of things we can do to shave maybe another 1, or if I dare say 2 grams off of this. But I don't think that's the nature and the purpose of what this quad is. Someone who wants super insanely lightweight, I don't think would actually go for this or even the O4 Lite air unit to begin with. So staying true to this, we've been able to make it lighter, gain better flight performance, and also some durability. So hopefully you like this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and stay tuned for more videos.